Hey, this is Justin Gilman with Quantum Leads, and today I'll be walking you through your digital marketing attack plan to show you how you could turn your website into a lead generation machine and really generate some revenue for your business month over month. Now, today, if you take a look at the top, we're looking at Roofing Tampa, which generates about 1,600 searches every single month. Now, that's a lot of searches, and just for the sake of this video, we'll be focusing on this one search term, but there's many, many more out there. If you think about the other search terms, such as roof installation, roof repair near me, or even just roofing in different areas of Tampa. So definitely something to think about. However, for the sake of this video, like I said, we'll be focusing on this one search term. Now, without further ado, let's talk about how you can turn those 1,600 searches a month into revenue for your business. So we're taking a look at your website, specifically your Tampa related page. And if we scroll down here, I think you have a very visually aesthetic website. However, from an SEO perspective, there's a lot of things that we can improve on if we want people to find our website. So let's talk about internal search engine optimization first, which is essentially all the different things we can do from within our website to help increase our search appearance. Now, normally you're going to hear things like title tags, heading tags, local business schema. And while those are all great for your website, we're going to focus on the two most important things in this video, which are content and keywords. So let's talk about content first. You do have a lot of content on your website, but why is content so important? Well, content is very important because it gives users something to engage with. When a user has something to engage with, they tend to have a better experience and are more likely to come back to your website or use Google for future searches. So it makes sense that Google would promote a website that's very contentful because it's a win-win situation for them. Now, I normally like to recommend about 750 to 1,000 words of content on any given page. That way you have a lot of content, but it doesn't really sacrifice that visual aesthetic. Obviously, always feel free to go above and beyond and add more content, but like I said, you kind of want to mix the two because you want a lot of content, but you still want that visual aspect of your website so that people come and say, hey, this is a well-built website. So, definitely want a lot of content though. However, you're probably saying, well, Justin, why don't I just make a website with 5,000 words and call it a day? Well, the reason we can't do that is because we want to make sure that our content is relevant. Otherwise, we'll be appearing, for landscaping searches or HVAC searches, and we don't want that. We want roofing related searches, and the way we do that is with our keywords. Now, keywords are the most used words or phrases on a website, and based on these keywords, we are going to tell Google vital information about our business. So let's go over to your keywords and see if we can answer some vital questions for Google. Maybe things about, what industry we work in, our location, and even our brand. So let's see if your current keywords answer those questions. So here we are in keywords everywhere, and if I scroll down, you're going to notice your most used keywords. For the sake of time in this video, we're just going to focus on the first 5 or 6. However, I do always recommend to further optimize if you can do so. So number one, you have a very industry specific term, which is roofing. I always recommend having your industry as your number one keyword. So having roofing at number one is perfect. Now, number two, I always recommend some sort of modifier to that first keyword. So a modifier being like, if you have roofing at number one, putting installation at number two, or repair, or even roof, which you have down at number three, we can always bump that up to number two to really drive home to Google that we are a roofing company. Now, number 3 and 4, I always recommend having your location in there. Super important we put our location in there. That way we can drive local traffic to our business. Now, number 3, I always recommend your city. So in this case, Tampa. And then number 4, I always recommend your state. So in this case, Florida. So like I said, really important. That way we can tell Google exactly where we do business. And then number 5 and number 6, I always recommend your brand. So we kind of want to flip flop these two and add our state in there. But we want our brand at 5 and 6 because our brand is very important so that customers can find us. Not always do people find us through, roofing related terms. Sometimes they just find us directly through our business name. And we want to make sure that we appear for that business name. That way customers can get to our business. But yeah, definitely something to think about. Kind of very quickly touched over it, but just to recap, number 1 and 2, industry specific keywords. Number 3 and 4, location based keywords. And 5 and 6, we want our brand in there. So really simple, but let's take a look at your competitor and see what type of content and keywords they're using for their business. So here we are at Tampa Roofing, one of your competitors who ranks on the first page for roofing services in the Tampa area. And obviously they have an exact match domain, which does help them a little bit. However, I wouldn't worry too much about it because we can easily outrank them with proper SEO strategies. So let's take a look at what they have here. They don't have too much content on this page. However, like I said, we do want to focus on the relevance of that content. So let's take a look at what keywords they're using and see how relevant the content is, because sometimes you find keywords hidden throughout a website, maybe in images or other different forms. So let's see what type of keywords they're working with for this web page. Once again, we're back to keywords everywhere. And if we scroll down here, you'll notice that they have roofing at number 1, Like I said, very industry specific keyword. Tampa at number 2. So you see the value of that location based keyword. I normally recommend it at number 3. I know you had it at 5, but they had it at number 2. So obviously, we want it somewhere within our top 3 keywords to really drive home to Google where we do business. If we keep working our way down, you have systems, company, roofing company, all these other keywords that start to become a little less industry specific, I should say. Obviously, roofing company is very specific, but there are some keywords that we can put before that to really drive home our keywords. So like I said, use this for some ideas for your own keywords because obviously this helps them rank on the first page. But use the advice that I gave you along with this list to create the strongest keywords list possible. So definitely something to think about, and we need to make sure we have our keywords right so we can appear in the right sections. But let's go back to your website and talk about external SEO and how it ties into everything. So now we're talking about external search engine optimization, which is everything we can do away from your website to help your search appearance. Now, in this case, we're going to be talking about backlinking, which is very simple, just a link from one website to another. However, from an SEO perspective, a lot more is going on. So when a website backlinks to another website, you're essentially saying that you trust the information that is coming from the website being linked to. So you trust the information or you think that they are a quality business. So it essentially acts as a reference to Google, telling them that you are that quality business and can really help boost your rankings. However, really focus on the word quality here because a lot of times I see people go on Fiverr, buy $50 worth of backlinks. They get 10,000 backlinks and their site tanks 50 spots. And, that's no mistake because just like a good website can tell Google that we are a trustworthy business, a bad website can tell Google that we are a bad website or a harmful business. So definitely something to think about. We really want to focus on the quality of our backlinks. Let's go to a tool I have called Ahrefs and see what type of backlinking you've been doing for your business so far. So here we are on Ahrefs, and you can see your Tampa Roofers page is plugged in here, which generates a 9 UR, a 23 DR, brings you about 16 organic users every single month, and has a traffic value of $197. So let's kind of break these metrics down a little further. UR stands for URL rating, and what that is the power given to an individual page. So in this case, we are just talking about your Tampa page. Whereas DR, on the other hand, stands for domain rating. And what that is the power that goes through your entire website. So not just your Tampa page, we're looking at all these location pages, all these service pages, every single page is essentially your DR. Now, we want the strongest of both metrics along with our internal SEO to create the best results possible. But let's work our way down here and talk about traffic value. So what is traffic value and how is it assessed? So traffic value is based on where the individual users are coming from. So where are these 16 users? What search terms are they coming from? Now, let me give you an example of a term that carries more traffic value. So let's say somebody looks up roofs. Roofs does not have as much traffic value as something like roof repair or roof installation because somebody looking for roofs could be looking for a roof installation or repair, but they could also be just looking for a picture of a roof. We never know what they're looking for. Whereas somebody looking for a roof installation or a roof repair, 9 times out of 10 is looking for that direct service. So like I said, those other keywords like roof installation and roof repair carry more traffic value because of the type of buyer intent that they carry. So let's keep working down the line here and take a look at some of your competitors. So once again, we have Tampa Roofing with a 28 UR, a 3.1 DR, which drives in about 336 users every single month, has a traffic value of roughly $4,000. So pretty good, but let's keep working down the line here. We have Westfall Roofing, which is the #1 organic ranking company in that area, and they have a 33 UR, a 23 DR, which generates about 5,000 organic users every single month, and about $40,000 month over month of traffic value. So you see the clear correlation between a positive SEO structure, both internally and externally, and the amount of value that you can generate for your business. But let's go back to the Google search engine results page and talk about the Google Map Pack for a second. So here we are in the Google search engine results page. If we scroll down, you'll notice this right here is the map pack. So what we've been talking about before was down here in the organic search results. However, we also have this map pack, which is super important because it gives businesses a second place that you can win on Google. So for instance, if you rank #1 down here, it's really great. But if you also rank #1 up here, you will essentially guarantee that 1,600 people every single month see your business first. Like I said, if you can occupy these top 2 spots. So a lot of potential here. To get into the map pack, you'll have to first verify your business via postcard with Google, which is 100% free. And to rank in the map pack, you have to adhere to the different factors that they're looking for. So #1, they look for, if you filled out their form to 100%, the reason I say 100% is because the more information you give them, the more reputable your business looks. Number two, they are looking for a strong organic presence, which is why SEO is so important because it also holds influence over this map pack as well as down below. And number three, they're looking for citations. Now, citations are all the different places your business's name, address, and phone number are listed online. And based on these citations, Google's going to pull these as some sort of reference to kind of double check that you are a real company. So it's really important that we have those citations. So let's take a look at how many citations each of these businesses has and determine how many you'll need to really go in and outrank these guys. So here we are in Whitespark, and just to kind of give you an example, a citation, somewhere your business name, address, and phone number are listed. Might be something like Yelp, maybe Facebook, the Yellow Pages, the Yellow Book. So just to kind of give you some examples of citations you can get. Now, if we take a look at the top here, we have Stay Dry Roofing with 47, Quality Roofing Inc. with 11, and then we have Rainer Roofing LLC with 35. So a lot of citations here. Normally, I like to recommend doubling the biggest amount in here. So if there's 47, we're going to need 94 citations on top of our internal and external SEO strategies to really go in and start outranking these guys. Now, the reason I say all three is because, like I said, you see right here where, somebody might not have as many citations as somebody else, or maybe they do, but they don't outrank that company because of all the other factors I talked about before. We can never skip steps in this process because it won't relate or it won't equal out to a solid result. So really have to focus on every step along the way. But that's really all I have for you in this video. I hope it was very helpful. Once again, my name is Justin Gilman with Quantum Leads, and I'd love to talk to you more about anything we didn't mention in this video or maybe any questions or concerns you have. So feel free to email us back to set up a meeting. But once again, I hope this video is educational, and thanks for watching.